the Shadow Rider. In the quiet town of Ravenwood, whispers of a dark legend echoed through the streets. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about the Shadow Rider, a mysterious biker followed by a dark shadow that brought death to those around him. The legend had been passed down through generations, a chilling reminder of the town's haunted past. One fateful evening, a young biker named John rolled into Ravenwood. He was a drifter, always seeking the next thrill, unaware of the town's dark history. His arrival coincided with the anniversary of a tragic event that had occurred decades ago, a night when the original Shadow Rider had met his untimely demise. John's bike was a sleek, black machine, its engine purring like a beast. As he rode through the town, he felt an eerie presence behind him, a cold chill that sent shivers down his spine. He dismissed it as his imagination, but the feeling persisted, growing stronger with each passing mile. That night, John decided to explore the outskirts of Ravenwood. The moon hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the deserted roads. As he rode deeper into the darkness, he noticed a shadowy figure following him, its form shifting and twisting in the moonlight. Panic set in as John tried to outrun the shadow, but no matter how fast he went, it remained close behind. The whispers of the townsfolk echoed in his mind, warning him of the curse that followed the Shadow Rider. Desperate to escape, he took a sharp turn onto a narrow, winding path that led to an old, abandoned house. The house stood as a relic of the past, its windows shattered and its walls covered in ivy. John's heart pounded as he approached, the shadow still looming behind him. He dismounted his bike and cautiously entered the house, hoping to find refuge from the darkness. Inside, the air was thick with dust and decay. The floorboards creaked beneath his feet as he explored the dimly lit rooms. In the corner of one room, he found an old, tattered journal. The pages were filled with cryptic entries, recounting the story of the original Shadow Rider, a man named Jacob who had been cursed by a vengeful spirit. According to the journal, Jacob had been a ruthless biker who terrorized the roads, leaving a trail of death and destruction in his wake. One night, he encountered a mysterious figure who cursed him, binding a dark shadow to his soul. The shadow brought death to anyone who crossed Jacob's path, and he was doomed to ride forever, haunted by the lives he had taken. John's hands trembled as he read the final entry, which spoke of a ritual that could break the curse. The ritual required the blood of the cursed rider and the ashes of the vengeful spirit. Determined to end the nightmare, John set out to find the ingredients, guided by the journal's instructions. As he gathered the necessary items, the shadow grew more aggressive, its presence suffocating. John knew he was running out of time. He returned to the abandoned house and prepared the ritual, his heart racing with fear and anticipation. With a deep breath, he began the incantation, his voice steady despite the darkness closing in around him. The shadow writhed and twisted, its form becoming more tangible. As the final words left his lips, the shadow let out a piercing scream and dissolved into the air. John collapsed to the floor, exhausted but relieved. The curse was broken, and the shadow was gone. He knew he had freed the town of Ravenwood from its dark past, but the memory of the shadow would haunt him forever. As dawn broke, John rode out of Ravenwood, leaving behind the haunted memories of the Shadow Rider. The townsfolk, now free from the curse, spoke of his bravery and the night the darkness was finally vanquished. But the legend of the Shadow Rider lived on, a chilling reminder of the power of vengeance and the darkness that can follow even the most unsuspecting souls. End.